Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to be showcasing off an F-Zero Future Dragon deck. So this card is actually absolutely amazing, and I don't think I've really covered this card on my channel here, but it is an amazing effect, and when you can splash it into Pendulums plus Orcust, you're already looking at something pretty good. But anyways, F-Zero Utopic Future Dragon, or I'm just going to call him F-Zero Dragon because I think that's just better for short. But he has the effect where it's not even just a detach all materials for his effect. Whenever my opponent activates an effect, I'm able to detach a material as a quick effect to negate that effect and also take control over that monster. So obviously that's a pretty good effect, especially when you can combine it with also multiple extra negates. Now in this instance we only happen to have 2 negates with this, but all that matters is we're making it the F-Zero Utopic Future Dragon, which can also allow us to technically throw in other engines here. And now we're going to go ahead and see, we don't even need that Apollos over here, so we're going to get the effect of the Verde Anaconda. And now we have, of course, that Orcust engine going. We also got a Crescendo. We've also got this card for negates. We've also got this that not only negates, but also snatches. Look at the disrespect. Getting rid of that Upstart Goblin, and then he's going to go ahead and multi-faker, and then he's going to go ahead and stop that Ash Blossom over there. And if you do happen to have room, in this instance, well, we got no more room to snatch steal. That's so much disrespect. Could you guys imagine ruining that guy's Upstart Goblin? He's probably pretty salty over here. But let's go ahead and check out this guy that kind of misplays over here. I mean, looking at this, I'm like, okay, well, he's got Dark Ruler no more, and he's got Nibiru, and he's got Evenly Matched. Like, how could you lose? Well, you'll see, dude. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and kick it off with the first play. Of course, starting off with the Endymion. I feel like the Pendulums are a lot better now that people are splashing them in other decks. Just because it's a very, I would say, turn 1 reliant deck. When you go second against a lot of different decks, when you're playing Pendulums, if they make Nat Beast, it's just GG, man. There's like really nothing that you can do about it. But again, since we have a small Orcust engine, we have a little bit more play with this. But from the first duel, you can definitely see the deck can deal with, I'd say, maybe 1 to 2 negates. He actually got his Nibiru negated because, of course, Jackal is a pretty good card. But nonetheless, even if you got out the F-Zero, I mean, that's going to be able to, again, negate effects anyways. It can even stop the hand traps, as you guys saw with that Ash Blossom that was stopped. But yeah, you would be able to technically take the card as well. So he goes ahead, and he got rid of the Evenly Matched, but the guy still has Dark Ruler no more. Is it over? Well, you're about to see right now. All right, the Dragon of Red Eyes coming out. He's going to go and pop the Great Out Alligator. Unfortunately, this has to be destroyed by battle or by spell effect to get that effect, and that's just not going to happen. It's OTK. Dude, I don't know how you messed that up. Like, I really felt like that guy was really set up to actually do something, but that's just how Yu-Gi-Oh goes sometimes. Anyways, next up is up against a Crystron player that gets to go first, and, well, he doesn't... If you guys don't know, Crystrons don't really do anything turn 1. They do it during your opponent's turn. So you'll see this guy kind of make stuff before someone says, what, he just summoned 1 monster, set 1 pass. Like, Crystrons is kind of a combo deck that you're supposed to go off during your opponent's turn, but nonetheless, is it going to be happening? I don't know. We'll wait and see over here. But again, F-Zero Dragon is just a really good card. I mean, any time where you can snatch steal, most of the cards that steal your opponent's cards in Yu-Gi-Oh have just been banned because, well, it's too OP. And the fact that F-Zero can get its effect multiple times, it doesn't have to detach all the material instantly. You can only take 1 of them per turn, but again, since it's a quick effect, that's once during your turn, 1 during your opponent's turn, and pretty much your opponent's just going to have to just say GG over there for the most part. But we're going to go ahead and see that Dark Spellcaster added over here. And once again, F-Zero. And look at how much material we've got over here. So we've got potentially 3 Snatch Steals and 3 negates over here. And he's going to go ahead and boost up the attack of this card over here a little bit. Nonetheless, it doesn't really matter. The card already comes out with decent amount of attack too. It's 3,000, and then on top of that, when you combo it with the Dragon, so he probably should have negated this, but whatever. He probably was like, what the heck are Crystron's doing, man? Maybe he's waiting for some other effects to go off. But he's going to go ahead and Snatch Steal, take the card, no more summoning extra cards. Because usually, Crystron's are a relatively resilient deck, where like one goes away, another one comes back. He goes ahead and makes the Quandax. He's going to go ahead and Undyne. Unfortunately, no effect over here. He's going to go ahead and get that effect of the Trap Card Stop, which is like another Foolish over there. We still have the F-Zero over here, so he's gonna go ahead and just, this is my card now, dude. Thank you, appreciate it. He's gonna go ahead and attack and get that card in the grave. Then he's gonna try to Black Rose the field, but again, that Crescendo over there is gonna go ahead and save the day, and he's just like, oh, disrespect multi-faker. Don't even need an extra card over here. I'm kind of curious about the multi-faker. I guess what it allows you to do is, like, if you go ahead and activate maybe impermanence, it just says except during the damage step, you can go ahead and still kind of combo, which I actually think is a pretty high IQ play for extending other combos, or basically just like a one card go into a Predaplant or like a lot of different things. I think it's kind of cool. However, where is it? You can't special summon monsters the turn you activate it, except for Altergeist monsters, but obviously you activate it during your opponent's turn, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. I like that idea. Very cool stuff indeed over here. This last one over here, I wouldn't say it's against anything very meta. I haven't seen Archfiends in a while. I know that they got newer support with, of course, basically it's like the Necro, is it the Necrofiend support? Dark Necrofear. But for the most part, I just haven't really seen anything. But, you know, Fiendish Rhino War is still an excellent card in the game. I just don't know if there's some new build that makes it viable. But nonetheless, it's got a lot of vanillas in it, so I really don't know this deck. Again, sometimes there are cheesy combos that we just don't know about, but like it's like some random rogue deck variant where it just pulls off some crazy win condition. But you know, if I see Dingirsu, I automatically think, okay, it can't be Crystal Beast here, right? But once again, I mean, this is the board that you're trying to set up for every single time, and it can be relatively easy in the Pendulum variant to basically set up this board, which I would say this is like a GG board. Like, it's very difficult to compete with this board. Nonetheless, once again, we're going to go ahead and have double of those, and with the Altergeist, you're able to go ahead and kind of get one more extra negate out of this, and because he's able to search out a Dark Spellcaster with, of course, oh, I can't click on it. We'll get into the deck profile over here so you guys can go ahead and check that out. So let's go ahead and go right into the deck profile right now. So here is indeed the deck profile. I'm going to move my camera over to the top right this time so you guys can kind of read the full card effects, because I know some of you guys have been mentioning that like it's hard to see the full text, and so let's go ahead and go over the deck profile. So first off, we've got one copy of the Dark Magician, and then we've got the Endymion, we got the Supreme King Zero, Beast King Jackal, and then we have the Morphage Sloth, and then 3 copies of the Chronograph Sorcerer, 3 copies of Darkborn, 1 copy of the Harp Horror for the Orcust engine here, and then we've got 3 copies of the Black Fang Magician, 1 copy of White Wing Magician, 1 copy of Violet Poison Magician, 3 copies of the Abyss Actor Curtain Razor, and then we've got Rescue Hamster, and then we got Toon Magician, we got the Symbol of Skeleton, 1 copy of the Multi-Faker, which is actually searchable, and I didn't get to mention this when it was going off, but the Star Time Magician has the effect where is it? Once per turn, if a pendulum card or cards in your monster zone or pendulum would be destroyed with battle by card effect, you just send a spellcaster type monster. Wait, no, wait, where is it? Oh, so it's, I'm sorry, the first part of the effect is once per turn you can detach a material from this card to add 1 dark spellcaster monster from your deck to your hand. So that's where you are able to add this and instantly have an extra negation, which lets you bounce back. Obviously, this card, then you just go ahead and summon it again, and it can be quite annoying for your opponent. Then we've got 1 copy of Time Gazer, 3 copies of Servant and Demon. I feel like this card, if anything in Pendulum's going to be hit, this card is just way too insane. And then we've got 1 copy of course, the Silky, and then we got Red Ice Fusion, and then we got 2 copies of the Duelist Alliance, 3 copies of Spell Power Control, 2 copies of Dragon Shrine, 2 copies of Pendulum Call, 1 copy of Foolish, 3 copies of Magical Mallet, and then 1 copy of the Time Pendulum Graph, and 1 copy of Crescendo. For the extra deck, we've got the Dragon of Red Eyes, fantastic card. We got the Dingirsu over here, and then Beatrice to go in Foolish, and then Star Time Magician, which again was the card that lets you add the Multi-Faker. And then we've got Daigusto Emerald over here, and then we got F-Zero Utopic Future Dragon, which again, I think this is an excellent card, and I haven't really seen a deck that kind of revolves around it, although this deck, I mean, this is basically we win in, this is we win in also, and this just adds more to, like, just this card alone can just win games, and then when you combine it with being able to negate extra effects and Snatch Steal, it's nasty. This card over here, well, it's just really a stepping stone for this card, because you can also exceed some of this by using F-Zero that you control. Then we have Portal Load, then we have Saryuja, and then we have 3 Burst Blast, and then Electrum, and then the Predaplant Plant Verde. I feel like this card is so OP, man. It really is. And then lastly, we have LP, the Guard Dragon. So there is the deck profile, guys. Let me know what you think of it down below in the comment section below. I think it's a pretty cool deck variant. And like, I really think that what would be cool with this is if you threw in multiple copies of the Impermanence, and then you could maybe proc the Altergeist. Someone let me know if that works. I want to know if that works, because I think that's really good, because that literally just becomes a 2-card, and then I can go ahead and disrupt on my opponent's turn. Unfortunately, you do have to technically have this card in your hand. It's at 1, but it's still a cool idea as a splashable engine there. But nonetheless, that's the profile. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit subscribe, turn on that bell so you don't miss out on cool YuGiOh decks. And I gotta give a shout out to Spaghetti Rolls, aka the Floppy Magikarp, for hooking me up with this, and I'll link his channel down below if you guys want to check it out. Floppy Magikarp, upload more on your channel, by the way. But if you guys want to send me other replays over here, feel free to go ahead and do so at azneyesreplays@gmail.com. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one, and I'm signing out. Peace.